As soon as Facebook stops yelling at me, I'll be able to continue. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I am going to share this in the tribe as well. Get all those.
My wife's name is Devra, by the way.
Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
With a V. D-E-V-R-A.
Devra.
Yes.
Okay, that's new. I haven't heard that before.
It's great telling people that is how I spell my name, and I'm not misspelling it.
It's like that for a reason.
Yeah. Why I go by
worries.
Danny in the pirate world, because everybody butchers my name.
I believe it 100%. All right, so we're live. We're out in the social world, so let's kick it. So, hey everyone, this is Jared with the Digital Battlefield. Today we're going over the digital diagnosis segment where we bring on a business and we go through just their business in general. We try to identify as many problems and provide as many solutions and just open eyes and throw a lot of creative shit down the pipe. So today we have Mr. and Mrs. J. Brusso with Parlay 8. So how are you guys doing today?
Fabulous.
We're in
awesome.
We're happy.
Awesome. You guys want to do a quick overview of what you guys do and who you are? I see you're dressed up as pirates, so.
We are.
Clearly.
Our business name is Parlay 8. We specialize in men's kit. About 10 years ago, when we first started getting into this, realized that there was no really awesome men's shit out there. So decided that we were making our own stuff and started getting more and more interest into it. And that's how we got it into the business. And I sew all the clothing, and he really started getting into the woodworking and everything. And that's how we became an over-encompassing business. So we do kit, and we also do home decor, and we pretty much live as pirates. So what we like, we try to embellish into our business.
Awesome.
Using pirate terms here and there.
No worries. Hey, I'm from North Carolina. I had to learn all about Blackbeard, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what kit means. It's actually the clothing that we wear.
Garb, costume.
A set of clothing.
Yeah.
Yes. A set of clothing is
okay. Awesome. And is everything that you do is pirate themed, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Pirate nautical theme of that century, 16th, 17th century into early 18th century. More recently, we started getting into more of the historical stuff, but we still like to do the flashy, fun stuff too.
Okay, cool.
We try to focus on the golden age of piracy. We're also reenactors, and we reenact the golden age of piracy. So it helps to develop our kit in that direction. Although, apart from the reenacting, we do other things with our business outside of that. So it's not strictly that, but kind of trying to keep it as authentic as possible.
Definitely. It's like real life Pirates of the Caribbean type stuff,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. I love it. I mean, I don't know about ripping the heart out kind of and throwing in a box type stuff, but
no, there's no thump in here, don't worry.
We just do that in our minds.
Got it. Check. Okay.
Peace.
Sweet. All right. So, I mean, what brought you guys in? Is there anything that, that you have an issue with and you need help with, or are you just trying to put some feelers out there and just trying to get some feedback on what's up?
We are very much a niche. And
I got that.
So it's been, we went through a rebranding process 3 years ago with our logo, this one, our new Jolly Roger and a bunch of stuff like that. Amy, actually, who's in the tribe, she's the one that did our stuff. Oh yeah, our new Jolly Roger.
Nice.
So wanted to be, we were kind of in the background doing Etsy kind of stuff, and Etsy's a bunch of fucking highway robbers. So that's what we started doing our own website and trying to branch out and get that culture. And I mean, it's definitely, being on the East Coast, there is a lot of that, but trying to figure out how do we spread our piracy love to everywhere else and
So we're not getting robbed with
Have you tried any type of events? For example, comic books have Comic-Con. I'm wondering if there's like a movie type event as well for things like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that, where you can go out there and conquer the world.
We were actually part of what's called the Hands Pirate Trilogy, which is a local director at the Regent University. Did a, I guess you could call it a short film, and he's peddling it to studios and Netflix and things like that.
Okay.
It's about Israel Hands, who, if you're in Blackbeard, you know who that guy is.
Yeah.
He was Blackbeard's second right-hand man.
Mm-hmm.
The story's about him, and the gentleman that is the quartermaster in our crew invited us to be a part of it. So we actually got to go film that short, and
kind of like a condensed pilot.
Yeah, it's a 15-minute film, and actually the festival, I think Charlotte Festival is picked his to be apparently one of the main features down there, which is pretty awesome. But
that was pretty recent too, so that hasn't happened yet. But they're actually going to make it if COVID hadn't happened. They're actually going to make a full-on pilot for it, a full episode. I'm assuming an hour long. I don't know. It's still in development right now.
I've been putting my fingers in there to making sure we're going to be a part of making the kit and the clothing.
When we were there,
that sounds awesome.
They actually realized once we had gotten there and we had talked to the directors, we actually became friends with the director and still talk to him every once in a while. And kept putting it in his ear, like, hey,
I'd send them free shit.
Yeah. So, crossing our fingers, hopefully that'll work out. And, that we'll be able to be involved with it more than just being, actors or on the set.
It'd be awesome to get some clothing on the set and really say, like, hey, that short film, look for Parlay 8.
Yeah, right. And it was cool for the short film, you actually put Parlay 8 in the credits because we did actually some of the clothing that was worn in it. So that was kind of
cool. if is the movie industry the direction that you guys are trying to go?
Not necessarily.
I'd say that's a no.
Well, let's put it this way. It's me sewing, and he does the wood stuff. So we need to stay at a level where I can keep up with it and not disappoint.
I mean, let's be realistic. If one of the big studios called you up and said, "Hey, we need X amount of costumes for Pirates of the Caribbean 1, are you on board?"
I wouldn't say no.
We would
okay.
Find a way to do it.
That's what I'm getting at. You can figure out production. Right. So I guess what I'm wondering is the direction for you guys to actually go into time period specific clothing.
That's our main anchor.
Because it sounds like you're already there.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if you can branch that out to other time periods relatively close, and attack that as well.
Yeah, Renaissance. That's kind of what I got into because we were doing Renaissance fairs. Really, was what we were doing to start with. Obviously, you go to those fairs, you can wear whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
So,
Sheldon Cooper wears Star Wars stuff, so Star Trek.
Right.
We've been to every Ren fair, and we live in Virginia. We've been to every Ren fair in every state around us and multiple other states.
Kilts. We've done kilts too. Actually, I just did that recently. Just made you kilt because the Irish festival here, I started making kilts.
And believe it or not, that falls into the 18th century because Jacobites, which if you know what a Jacobite is, I'm Scottish, and they were actually at war with the English at the very beginning of the Golden Age of piracy. So it actually falls into a reenactment. So I can actually wear that and get away with it.
Oh, but we would wear it just to wear it anyway.
But I mean, that's something we could make in the future and do things like that. Since we started in the Renaissance fair circuit and going to them, we're really familiar with what kind of vendors are there and what kind of clothing people buy and what's popular.
Right.
So the hard thing about getting into rent fairs is you have to have a lot of inventory, and we're just not at that level yet. It's two of us. So if we really wanted to take it to the next level, it's obviously the money.
I also work full time too on top of this.
Me three.
Right.
So, fuck, it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, in terms of inventory though, you don't need inventory to make a sale, right?
Right.
Because a lot of times you can take that purchase order, run down to a bank and say, hey, I got this order. I need money to fulfill the order. And a lot of times they will actually give you funding that way.
Right. Well, where we're at right now, we can fulfill orders, fairly rapidly. She's getting pretty good at selling things. So, and a lot of times, if it looks like it's getting busy, there's a little bit of prep work that can go into that, and
right.
Make sure that we're ready. We do have inventory. What I was getting at is that the amount of inventory we have to take, say, to a rent fair and have a booth at a rent fair, not enough, because if you look at those people, they have. So
why don't you take a different approach? Take one of everything and say, hey, this is what we can make, place an order, and then when you get back home, make it and ship it.
That's kind of where we're at right now, really.
I would actually keep, if you're doing fairs, I would actually keep that as the model. That way you can actually have a smaller booth, and it's, consistently you've got the same type of stuff. You don't have to worry about an influx of inventory or, we're running out of this. Holy crap. It's like, hey, this is the type of stuff we can do. Would you like to schedule a call? Would you like to order this or that or whatnot?
A lot of the other thing that we do is we'll go hunting at secondhand thrift stores for the fabrics and all that. And a lot of the fabrics I end up picking up are one-offs or discontinued. So I have a closet upstairs full of fabric that I don't want to be making a one-size vest that somebody's like, I like that vest, I want that in this size, and I'm like, that fabric's it's discontinued. This is the only size I can do, which is what actually run into a lot of.
But see, here's the thing, though. If you have the fabric and people want the fabric, go get it made. If you got that if you have that one type of fabric and everyone wants it, go find somebody to help you sell the shit out of that one product with that one design, and then go have that fabric made so you can actually produce it.
Yeah, I think what really would need to happen is better pictures. Obviously, we're photographers with our Samsung S20s and the lighting. It's getting the pictures across the site to show that we have these different fabrics. Because I don't.
Where are you at in Virginia?
Richmond.
Oh fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So Jake McCluskey and Eric.
That name sounds familiar.
So they're out in that area as well, and so I know 2 photographers in that area that I can link you up with as soon as we get off here.
That'd be awesome. We definitely need help.
Like one of them's even doing like product shots right now because of COVID. So, I mean, just that alone, having a proper photo shot of your products is an insane boost. I used to actually get a ladder. So I used to sell jiu-jitsu products. And so I'd get a ladder and put out a white sheet on the floor, and then put the uniform on the floor, and then get a ladder and use my phone to take a picture from the top. It was shitty quality, but it worked.
We actually got a historical park near our house that we used for a lot of the photos that are on our website now. So
okay.
That's actually a good location.
I'll be right back.
You guys, most of your stuff, though, a good portion of your product actually needs a mannequin, though, right? And we're having some doggy difficulties.
Knock it off.
No worries. Hey, so what I'm getting at is if you guys have jackets and pants and shirts and stuff like that, these types of products are going to need a mannequin, and so those are easier to kind of place in a corner to try to get a good shot from it. Yeah. It's these other items that are a little more difficult.
I thought I turned my mic off. Apparently, I didn't. Hopefully, I was too far away.
Fuck it. Hey, I got a Frosty. We have raw. There you go. Right.
No,
so
that
I mean,
was talking about the pictures and her. Because I did notice that after we took those pictures with us actually wearing them instead of on a dress mannequin, that we were starting to get more traffic, and we did sell.
That's true. Yeah, models, especially the type of client that you're looking for, the type of customer that you're looking for. If you put those people in your clothing, it'll sell like shit. Yeah. It's stupid how simple that is.
It gives the visual a part of it, because some people can be unimaginative what they're trying to figure out. They need to see what to get the idea or excited.
Let's be realistic. Most men are really simplistic. Like I could see him wearing that, but like, yo, that's fucking Halloween all day. Buy me that shit right now. Right? It's what you're talking about is the lady aspect of it, where everyone is more likely to critique themselves much more harshly than everyone else would, I presume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking women. No, I'm just kidding.
Critique anything I do. I'm like, this sucks. He's like, oh, this is awesome. I'm like,
Yeah. We're just, we got a different processor unit, so it's all right.
And we started taking those pictures and using them more on, I think recently most of our sales have been coming from our outreach on Instagram, and we've been really trying to do more posts on Instagram. We use later.com to help us post every day, so we're not thinking about it.
Right.
And that does help, kind of.
For the fabrics that you can get on a reoccurring basis, I'd make sure that those products are on your website, as you can buy this exact thing. For the ones that you can't get, or print designs may differ, I would put those on your website as this structure. Maybe the print's a little different, but this is the tech pack of the product is the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. The collars are the same. The buttons on the same.
Right. Oh yeah.
Just a different fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely say cut and buttons. I did find a good place to get buttons, because when you need like 16, 18 buttons on a vest, you need to find a good supplier.
Yeah, you only need about 100 a piece. Yeah.
The custom Blackbeard coat I did for the gentleman who played Blackbeard in the Hands trilogy, that was 80 some buttons hand sewn on there.
Nice.
It was
by hand sewn. You mean you're still using a machine, or you're just stitching?
For buttons, I hand stitch. Yeah, I hand do them because we got shanks on the back. So most buttons nowadays are 4 holes, and these are called shanks. So you can't use a machine on those. You actually have to sit there with a needle and thread and sew them
on. All right.
And then a lot of the little finishing details are done. I still do by hand too. I do most of it from machine, but there's some hand finishing details that do need to be done with a needle and thread.
Awesome.
But that's what a good movie in the couch is for.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, we have a little bit of focus on doing custom work, and we're more than willing to do that. So through like when we give out business cards and things like that, or we're out in reenacting and we don't have our Parlay stuff with us, we hand them a business card, tell them, hey, send us an email. Our email's on it. Tell us what you want. We'll work with you.
I think the big challenge with that is just getting people to follow through. I think that's
follow through with what?
Emailing and ask, like they come up and like, oh, it's awesome. Can you do this? And we talk about that. And then they're like, all right, cool. I'll email you, and never get the email.
You have smartphones, right?
Yeah.
Why not have them type their contact information in your phone?
That's not a bad idea. Make them do. It's kind of like what Damon does with, hey, go tag us and Loose Cannon Company on Instagram.
Yeah. Maybe even, I mean, you could even do something. There was this mobile repair guy that I met in Okinawa when I was getting one of my iPhone screens had broke. And so I went to him. I was like, hey, man, I need a new phone. He's like, yo, if you like me on Facebook right now, I'll give you a 10% discount. I'm like, well, fuck, where's my phone? Right?
Yeah.
So as soon as that notification comes in, you have their name, first and last name, you have their picture, and you know exactly what their profile is right then and there. Mm-hmm. So
that's you can do that. You can be the aggressive one and do that. I am not a very good seller when we're in person. I actually shy away a lot, which is bad. I'm trying to get out of that.
But you don't have to try to sell. You just have to show your value, right? You have to, I mean, just you being fucking dressed up for this. Holy fuck. I bought this t-shirt on a fucking island with horses and cookies or horses and chocolate. And it was fucking awesome. But I mean, I'm not going to dress up for stuff like that just for shits and giggles, but I could see that you guys live this. I can see that you guys love what you do, and that's the same aura that you got to captivate and show the rest of the world, right?
Yeah.
So even though you're not trying to sell, you know, even just talking passionately about it with someone, oh yeah, you know, I made this amazing dress for this one lady working on some 1800 shit, you know, fuck, I don't know, but you know, just talking about it with people can show that you actually love what you're doing. And when you love what you're doing, people can see that fire and that passion. Mm-hmm. And when they see that, they're more drawn to you. So you don't have to try to sell to people. You can just be like, hey, oh, you're looking for, I don't know. I don't even know if this is real. Have you seen that movie Role Models? No? Okay. Have you heard of like Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
Okay, there's a movie, and you've seen American Pie?
Yeah.
Okay, so Stifler is in a movie that does like Dungeons and Dragons live role-playing shit.
Right.
So all these people have like swords and shields and capes and stuff like that. So I mean, even if you were to get into a place like that, especially through like your reenactment channels, you know, just show the love, put your passion out there. Mm-hmm. People will be drawn to you.
It's actually live action role playing.
Well, that's kind of
Lair. That's what it was called in the movie too.
AKA, it's kind of what we do, reenacting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, reenacting's different than just like pretending for a couple hours kind of thing.
LARPing is more game style. Like
right.
Live game style. Reenacting is more.
I was trying to kind of put, you know.
So have you guys reached out to any of those people out in like Vegas and shit like that? That like will sink a ship for a day and then pull it back up the next day?
Oh, we were talking about the live shows and stuff like that?
Yeah.
No, actually, not really thought about reaching out and seeing
why not?
If they need stuff, because I haven't thought about that.
Well,
is an awesome idea.
This thing is fucking recorded. And so I'll send you a link when we're done so you can go back and take notes because you got rum in your hand and you probably shouldn't be writing right now.
No, I love that idea. I'm a project manager, continuous recruitment manager for a construction company. And obviously, I got to reach out and pricing and vending. So I'm really good at crafting emails.
Oh, yeah. Well, shit, you should be good at talking and selling then.
No,
Yeah. You liked that segue, didn't you?
Well, I got the keyboard courage.
No worries.
I think we're not too bad as far as the talking and selling part, except for
right.
Like what you're talking about now, as far as like being just
reaching out more. Definitely, I don't think we're definitely good enough.
Okay.
What we're trying to get is customers or traffic on our website is what we're looking to try and get. Because we're trying, like she was saying in the beginning, we're trying to get completely away from Etsy. We're actually really trying to not have to deal with Facebook quite as much, which is kind of impossible not to do because
I keep getting products banned because they think I'm selling services.
Yeah.
Because you look like you're selling services.
Yeah, hold on. So, hold on. So, I sell, these are pouch bags. They go onto your belt. There's a loop here, and you can store all your crap in when you're at a fair. I was told that I was selling services for selling this. Like, what kind of service am I selling for a bag? I didn't realize this.
Where is that? We don't get that.
Yeah, so Facebook doesn't know what they're talking about half the time. So
pub signs we've gotten flagged. Our bottles we've gotten flagged.
Yeah, alcohol. Because all that's alcohol
related. Yes, so they think we're selling the actual alcohol.
So that's why you're in Smoking Bacon. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we're picking up traction. Okay.
So really, our customer base would be like people from their late 30s up to their 60s.
I would probably say like 20s.
Yeah. Maybe, okay, we'll go with 30 to 60.
Okay.
General age.
We are married, so we disagree sometimes.
I see this. Yes. Yes. No worries. Okay. So I mean, when you look at the demographics, though, right? More than just age. Is there in men, right? Because men are gonna be more prone to spend money on this type of stuff.
Yeah, and that's like I said, the ladies stuff is so prominent out there. You go to all those fairs, corsets, the whole 9 yards. There's not a lot of really cool men's stuff. That's why.
Well, that's because every time you see a movie about the 1800s and beyond, they're wearing those corsets. They're wearing those dresses that have an iron cage attached to them, and women today are like, no, fuck that. So it's a harder sell. But outside of the age and gender demographics, what other criteria could you use to captivate your audience? Really kind of hone in on who that would be.
Renaissance crowd, reenactors.
Well, so what I'm looking at is like an actual tangible type of item, right? I mean, you could go to a Renaissance page and try to market to those people. You know, you can go to that fair, you can go to a fair and market to those people, but are there any type of actual demographics?
Well, we were trying to focus with demographics of COVID, all those who were at home drinking with the bottles.
Right. Nice.
We've been doing, we repurpose a bunch of bottles and make it look a little bit cooler on your home bar.
Yeah.
That's what, this is my bomb bottle. I drink water out all the time when we do our stuff. But
is that like a cannonball?
Cannonball.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what we focused a lot at the beginning of the whole COVID crisis because we're like, shit, we're drinking more.
Yeah.
Absolutely a little bit cooler for your alcohol to sit in. Oh, but it could hold water if you want to go there too.
So there you go.
Yeah.
You're talking about outside of our demographic, home decor type of thing that, you know, even though
nautical. Well, so
nautical theme, home decor, we could fall outside of.
Right. And are we talking nautical like I make $1 million a year and I have a sailboat, or nautical as in like old school fisherman type?
Yeah, I would say fisherman beach house type with.
Okay.
Yeah, more authentic nautical.
Right. So those types of things are more categorized generally by location and sometimes by annual income and sometimes by job type.
Okay.
So when you're looking at how to target these people specifically for like advertising and stuff, you can take all of these different factors and plug them in and run, let's say you guys are in Virginia. So Virginia Beach, you know, beach within
Nags Head, Outer Banks.
Yeah, that whole strip all the way down to, you know, Myrtle Beach. Anything past that, little sketchy, but still doable.
North Carolina. That's kind of a big one right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Wilmington, I mean, Nags Head, Moore's Head, all of that, you know.
Anywhere on the Outer Banks, that whole
Yeah, I mean, just the whole place.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so what you can do is you can actually get a list of zip codes for those areas and specifically target those zip codes.
Now, when you say target, you refer to like the Facebook ad type of target, or does Google actually add target as well?
You can target with Google, but in many cases, it's a little more wide open.
Okay.
There's still some targeting capability, but with Facebook, you can actually laser focus.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you wanted, one town in Outer Banks, and since the Outer Banks is already small, the entire place is one zip code. So you can say this whole zip code, 1 mile away, which is all water, and you can advertise to everyone in that town.
So Facebook advertising is really when you get into the
hyper specific. Yes.
Yeah, that's where it becomes worth it, not where I hear a lot of people who do the Facebook advertising and they just get the bots and the crap like that, and that's what obviously we don't want.
No. So I mean, you could have a bot on your page, which is more, you could use that as more of a, we're not here right now, here's some information to help you. But which is beneficial, right? Because you're still keeping the conversation going with people. But for advertising specifically, being able to laser hone in on even a zip code is insanely powerful. And I think Facebook probably has the best data capturing of all advertising collectively.
I've actually seen somebody in one of the groups that I'm in on Facebook actually posted a thing about exactly how to, because when you start Facebook ads, they ask you all the questions about.
It's a lot, yeah.
And all that, and they actually went through and told you specifically what to put in each category, so you can narrow down.
Right, and so that narrowing it down type stuff, that targeting is what we're talking about. This is the same type of information that you need outside of advertising, right? So if you know that you want to get a hold of people in the Outer Banks, what's stopping you from contacting a local hotel, which happens to be a beach house, and saying, hey, if any of your people are looking for some authentic pirate stuff, give us a call. We'll send some stuff to them. There's nothing stopping you back from putting yourself where the people are.
Yeah. I guess it really, we've been so focused on the central part of our social media and the site and all that. Not really thinking about doing even like place cards, I guess, when you go down to the Outer Banks and all that, and you go and pick up the cards for the activities down there. I mean, Print Runner and all those sites, they always have something sales going on to get some of those cards. And I mean, it would be nice eventually. We've done in-person vending. We have some friends up in Delaware called Pirates Plunder Entertainment that always invite us to be vending if we can go up there. But that's Delaware and the travel to do that. And, we have our 2 dogs. So you got to find, it's kind of like kids. You got to find the babysitters. So it would be nice, ideally, eventually in the long run, that we don't have to go to in-person events to vend, although there is no aversion to it. It's just we would want, it's not going to be a need to do it to be able to keep ourselves going.
Right, but you don't get that need until you hit that traction of operating outside of that. Working more holistically. So when you get into, the movie business, you probably don't need to go to a local venue. You don't have to go down to the convention center down the road, to try to sling a bag and a jacket. That's the difference. There's people who are collectors of authentic apparel, in its time. I mean, you can try reaching out to those guys.
We are near Williamsburg.
Williamsburg doesn't care about pirates. They care about what's that? Like Salem witch era type clothes.
That it's actually right after the golden age of piracy, right? Williamsburg is like late 1800s. Late 18. Mid 17. Sorry, I'm thinking late 18th century.
You're talking
which I do make that too.
Right.
So everybody understands.
Like the colonial time is what I'm getting at.
Golden Age piracy is generally thought of as like 1690 to 1730. But some people ended at 1725. It depends. It all depends on which pirates you're talking about. So generally,
we have 21st century pirates still, so
yes.
I just don't clothe them.
Yeah.
Generally, that's your time period.
But
so after
got
that,
it.
Obviously, Williamsburg would have come more into the picture because you had the Revolutionary War going on.
1812.
1812. So Williamsburg is going to be close to it, the Golden Age piracy, but not quite. But they all still wore generally the same clothing. The clothing changed a little bit here and there, but I mean, they still wore
less color, less flair.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys think about in that time frame, they didn't have money, so they made their shit last. Yeah. They darned and fixed all the holes, so a lot of the styles didn't change too much. But even then, from the style of one that we focus on, we are capable of altering to match those different styles. I mean, between the pants and the vests and the shirts.
Okay.
It's not a stretch.
Well, so I guess I was looking as if you can captivate the eyes of a collector, right? A collector is more, if they're seeking a replica, I guess you would say, the chance of you actually selling something to them might be rather high. Also, you could probably look at museums. Anyone considering, like a pirate display or anything relatively close to that spectrum for you guys, you could say, hey, do you guys need clothes for people, for your mannequins? Do you guys need anything like that? Do you need any type of any like equipment, anything at all? Like you guys got a school there. I'm sure you can come up with some chests, some fake jewelry, some, different mugs and cups and all that stuff. Like anything that they would need for that kind of display, you could help provide that. Now, I know that you guys do a little, what's the word? You guys are making a lot of this, right? From, I can't hear. There you go.
Your mic is off.
Oh, you got me now?
Thanks,
Wade. I can hear you better than in the entire past 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
That's why Wade was calling 3 times in a row, and I was ignoring him.
I apologize for that. I turned it on when I sat down. I must have hit it with my elbow or something. But what you're saying is
oh yeah.
The good thing.
Wade, I wasn't even looking at my messages, so I didn't see shit because I'm focused on the call, man.
Doing business here. We're doing business.
Yeah, shit.
So he must have saw me getting up, and that's why he called again.
Probably.
So what you're talking about, yes, that's a good thing. That's why it's nice living in Richmond, because this area is heavily into history, and that time period fits with this area.
Okay.
Which is also why, like, the crew we're a part of is based in Virginia Beach. Well, Virginia Beach is not far from Hampton, and if you know about Hampton, that's where
rich
Blackbeard's,
people all day.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where Blackbeard's head ended up. So
yeah.
So the Virginia, North Carolina, all the way up to Delaware, like where
the whole East Coast, pretty much.
Yeah, really. I mean, the pirates were all up and down the East Coast. So there's any beach town that you go to, or any city that's on the coast, has something in that town to do with pirates somewhere. So, like you're saying, that would be our focus, would be on the coast, because that's obviously where the pirates were. So,
although there are inland pirates in Ohio and
we don't worry about that little guy there.
The flyover states.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of, I think it sounds like that's where your focus needs to be, is on those people in those places.
Yeah.
And captivating some of the tourist stuff. I mean, how much money does Ripley's make just because they say some of the craziest shit? Believe it or not. What do you mean, believe it or not?
Yeah.
If either it's real or it's not real. No, believe it or not.
He came up with our little catchphrase of "put your best bones forward."
Right.
Put your best bones forward.
Put your best bones forward. So when you're wearing a clothes, you're putting your best bones forward.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot.
Weights. That's another tag that Amy helped us with. But
yeah.
No, it got me thinking now.
Well,
So
see, we
basically
haven't
we
even
need
topped the cake though.
we
We're
need
just
to flip the narrative, and instead of us trying to bring people to us we need to go to them.
yeah. I mean,
At.
somebody from Charleston, South Carolina is not going to drive to Richmond to see you,
No.
right?
No, I mean
You got to go to them, but
Yeah.
also that's also a tourist town too. So, getting in good with the people in that population is smart.
Figuring out ways to get our information out
there
to them.
Right. So what we're talking about is actually called brand awareness. Letting people know that you're out there.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do. And so that's where,
that's
contacting.
Our struggle.
Yeah.
That's the struggle.
Well, I mean, there's a whole lot of shit when you say we need more people on our website. There's like 95,000 prerequisites. So, but I mean, the biggest thing that you're talking about is brand awareness, because you guys are here. You guys do all this stuff. You got a movie coming out. Holy fuck. I mean, 15 minutes, but that's more than I got. So fuck, but still, you guys are doing all these great things, but no one's seeing you. Well,
right.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a reason for that. It's because no one knows you're there.
I think that's what happened with when we started doing more on the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started getting.
You got more sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly
got,
what it is.
3 or 4 sales. I think within a week there was it was nice because it was slightly depressing when everything stopped, because we were going in a good direction with everything.
Yeah.
In fact, we were actually asked to make an encampment.
COVID definitely hasn't helped us this year.
What's that?
Whatsoever.
So when we do our reenactment, our tent that we sleep in, we made it.
Okay.
I hand sewed the whole thing. He did all the wood stuff. The boxes that are we take with us to keep our stuff in it. Not this one. This one isn't. But the tables, the chairs, the signs.
Everything you see behind us, I made.
So they wanted to do more of the authentic route, and we're asking to do the tents. Now, my tents.
How much were they going to buy?
What's that?
How much were they willing to pay?
It was going to be up near between 2,000, 2,500 with everything.
Yeah. With
the tent, the boxes.
They scoffed away at it?
Well, COVID happened, and their business
was Pirates, Plunder, Entertainment. So they do all the entertainment. And as all that stuff got canceled,
they're the ones, they put together the events that we go to reenact at. So they're the production company and they're the ones that go to the venues and set up the whole event. When COVID happened,
they're pirate brokers is the best way to explain.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So when all these events got canceled, their money went in the shitter, just like ours did, because everybody's not doing anything.
Well, that's fine. Wait till they call you and say that they're sending a check.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting.
Yeah, I mean, you can check in and whatnot, but I mean, at the end of the day, if they're not going to spend money, then don't worry about it.
We know eventually it'll come down the line, but that's not something that like I said, we got to figure out a different way to get our branding out there and to let people know that this is what we are doing.
And we're still here.
Does that company or any company that you know of have a pirate summer camp for kids?
No, not that I know of. I mean,
I might actually be able to mention as well.
Some of the museums we've been to
if they can support something like that for the summer, not like some half-ass shit, some legit shit.
Yeah.
That might be something to look into.
Yeah.
Especially for next year, because next year, I foresee us to be at home at least until the end of the year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On mass widespread, right? So we're probably going to be coming out of COVID about the time, March, April next year hits, and then a couple months later it's going to be summer, and then everyone's going to be pissed again because their kids are back home.
Everybody's going to want to be actually getting out and doing something for once.
Well,
right, and then their kids are going to be back home for the summer. So
it's a twofold thing right now. It's the fact that we all can't get into groups together, and that's part of what we do. Not having that makes that go away, and then people don't have money to spend. You know, our stuff.
Have you tried a digital reenactment?
Yes,
we did. We actually were part of that, and the company that we're talking about, Pirate Splendor, put together a
have you done any like Facebook Lives or anything like that?
We did
with an actual scene.
We did one for about it was supposed to be 5 minutes, and I took 15.
Yeah, we were a part of
10
that.
More minutes.
It was actually a digital pirate event, so they set it up as if and put together videos and took different people pre-recorded. Some people did live, but they did it as if they were at an event. So that has happened, and there's other people that have done it. It's not prevalent because it still takes money to put that together, because they still have to actually pay these people to do this. So you know,
we sold a couple of our mugs, because we have our logos and stuff on regular merch, you know, mugs, shirts, for those who really aren't interested in buying the decorative stuff or the clothing, but want to still wear a cool pirate shirt or have a cool pirate mug. So we do have that on our site, which has been that's been what's selling mostly right now, versus the handmade, the boxes and the kit going on.
Yeah.
People are,
inclined to go for the more expensive things right now. They'll buy a mug or they'll buy a t-shirt, but you know, as far as,
is that the mug in your hand right there that you're talking about? Is that the mug that you're talking about in your hands?
No, these are secondhand mugs we found. We go thrifting, and these are
actually the mugs we use for reenacting. But we actually have Parlay 8
ceramic mugs, those type of things.
It's got a Parlay 8 logo on it. Stuff that gets drop shift. You know,
got it. I'm thinking you guys got some legit mugs, and they're selling like hotcakes.
No, once I buy him a lathe and he learns how to turn wooden cups, maybe we can do those.
Yeah,
that's his next challenge.
I know a lady who's got a CNC and does a lot of woodwork.
Yeah,
might be able to link you guys up. I don't know what that would entail or how that plays out or anything, but I mean,
it's always an option to reach out and see what we can do with cross working with people.
Yeah, no, definitely. I have
I'm a part of
just tag you guys up.
I'm a part of a group called the RVA Makers Forum, and it's Richmond based, and they actually interact with each other a lot too, and offer up things and services and stuff like that to people.
It's a lot of local stuff, which is nice. So we do there's a Cary Street they did first Saturday on Cary's. One of the businesses there asked us to come down during the fall and vend in front of their store, you know, just free of charge, just come out and do that. So it's a lot of local stuff, but like we said, it's local. We're here, and people know us in Virginia because we do the circuits around here.
Right.
It's getting out of Virginia and showing. Although I did sell, we did sell a shirt to a guy on a base in Okinawa. So nice. I thought that was cool, seeing the military supporting us like that. I was super stoked. Nice. Plus, my mom's military. She's retired Navy, and I was in Sasebo, so I always geek out when I see shit from Japan.
Yeah, kids have Japanese, so wave.
Hi. Say hello to the pirates.
Yeah.
But I think that's been we talk about it. I think it's one of those that we just need to shit or get off the pot,
right?
Get off the poop deck and do it.
Yeah, it
kind of sounds like that,
to try and get traffic to our website. And
well, realistically, you can't just drive across the whole country, right?
No.
So
no.
I mean, you could drive around the whole country. You could, but it's not feasible. It's not reliable. Yeah, I mean, it's not sustainable. Is the big word people use. So the way that you actually go about captivating those people is through, you know, social media, through your website, through email marketing. And so that's where probably the big focus of the whole world's, well, it's already shifted there, but with COVID now, that's being pummeled daily. So that's kind of the places that you got to look into how to actually target that and hit that.
We do have newsletter. We actually we hadn't done it since the COVID thing had started. We just put out a new one last week.
Okay.
And we got a 33% open rate, which I think is pretty good.
It's not bad.
I know our work email is like our work newsletter is 50%, so I figured we're at least close there, and it's not work. And a 10% click rate in the links that were in there. So I was pretty happy for not having done it for so long that we did that. And we talked a little bit in the newsletter about the Smoky Bacon, because we're coming on for the second season with a little bit more of a theme in September.
Put a referral link in there as well?
Yes.
Awesome.
Referral link with a special code.
That's right.
Our sale items, we always got a couple of things on sale. We got free shipping on a couple of things. Those are the ones I try to emphasize in the newsletter.
Right.
And then we each, something we did this month, I wanted us each to write a little blurb in it. So he had an article and I had a little article.
Okay.
Obviously, he did stuff about working in the heat in the shop. Mm-hmm. And I wrote about, wearing what we wear reenacting in the heat. Because the big joke is every time we go out, everybody's like, God, you got to be hot in that.
Well, yeah, and also there was a heat wave like a couple weeks ago, right? So
yeah, we were in the middle. Yes, we were at Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia, doing our one over weekend reenactment event and loving the heat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was hot this year. It was hot last year.
Always like that sometimes.
Yeah. It always seems to be like that. It rains or it's like 100 degrees when we reenact. So.
One or the other.
Can't win them all.
No. At least we were out there. We were happy to be out there.
It was fun. Oh, yeah. It's the only event we've had this year so far.
So.
Hey, well, that's a plus.
Yeah.
One's better than none.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, on your on your various social media platforms and your email list, what's the volume of people? Like, how many people on Facebook, Instagram versus email?
We got 50 subscribers on our email.
Okay.
We have 936-ish likes and I think like 980 followers on Facebook.
Okay.
And then our Instagram really started bumping up and I think we're around about 950. And this past year, since we really started to focus on it, is where the big jump has been. I mean, we were sitting pretty low until people want content. They want to see it. And that's when we kind of figured it out and started doing more.
But it's more than just pictures. It's more than just words, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually been proven that video content actually does significantly more than everything else out there. A video will blow everything out the water, especially if it's good. Even if it's a good video, it'll do even better. But a video, especially Instagram's owned by Facebook, so a lot of the metrics, kind of operate the same. So just on a regular, Facebook page, a video is going to get more visibility than a post full of text.
Right.
And so
and hashtags.
Right. Well, hashtags are for like tracking and tracking the conversation, so to speak. Right. So if you had a hashtag Parlay 8, then Pirate Life, stuff like that, you could use those and convince other people to use them and track them. You could have a contest, a giveaway, like, hey, we're giving away this mug here. We made this by hand, blah, blah, blah. Here's how to enter the contest. Like a page, share a page, use this hashtag, sign up for an email, any of that type stuff. Because what you got to do is you got to create buzz. You got to get in front of their face and stay in front of their face. And the only way to do that is...
We tried doing a giveaway when we hit, I think, 600, 700 likes on Facebook and saying, hey, like this picture to be put into a drawing to win get a mug sent to you.
Okay.
So we did that.
Well, how much did it create? How much buzz did it generate?
Not a lot. I was actually really surprised. It wasn't a lot at all. I think we only had 15 people actually liked and said anything on the post.
Yeah, of our followers, you would have thought most of our followers would have gotten in on that at least.
Well, that's the thing, though. You can never apply you would have thought this. No, you can never, ever predict what anyone's going to do at any point in time for any reason, even with all of the possible data in the world.
Right.
So what you can do, though, is you can strategically boost engagement, right? So let's say that you're going to give away that skull that's right there on your thing, on that dresser there. You're like, hey, we're going to give away this skull. It's going down in a week. We're going to draw names. Tag your friends. Share this page. Share this post. You know, send us an email. You know, here's 10 different ways that you can put your name in the hat. You know, but the whole purpose of everything that you're doing is to create buzz. And you can't do that on yourself. Just posting it and letting it hang out there does nothing.
Right.
You got to have a build up. And when you post it, you got to have all the people of the world coming to it and interacting with it. So that's a comment, a like, a post, a share. You know, all of those types of tactics is what gets people interacting with your social media. So
because one will lead to many.
Right. So even just this would be a lot more explanatory if you had any type of Facebook advertising experience. But within that ad realm, you can click a button that says all people who like my page. Then you can click another button that says friends of all the people who like my page. Right. And so that's the type of concept that you want to look at, right? How can I get the person who's on my page, how can I get them to bring their friend? Right. And so you want to create content that they're engaging with, but also stuff that drives more people to you.
Yeah.
Right.
We want them to bring friends.
Yeah. It's a party. Bring your friend.
Bring your friends.
Yeah. So that's where like video content, you know, you got a workshop, you got a sewing shop, you got a reenactment thing going on, you've got clothing, you've got all this stuff that you can do a video on. You know, you could line up all of your shit, do one video a day on each article that you have. Everything.
Build up that content.
Right. Because at some point in time, you're not just, it doesn't have to be fancy content. You know, my kids made this. They took some paper, they cut off the ends, they taped it to a pin. How fucking cool is that? Right? Also, it's a purple pin, so it still writes in purple. Fucking awesome. You know, here's how you can make one of these. You know,
right?
There's so much stuff you can do, and with
I didn't even think of that.
With you already being in the Etsy realm, you already have experience dealing with those types of creatives. That's exactly what they do. That's how they generate that buzz, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, if you're interested in this, you're really going to love this. Check out our newsletter. Check out the link below. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we try to advertise, at least pop it out saying, hey, new newsletter coming out here, you know, with the picture. If you haven't subscribed, go like our page.
Right. So you don't want to advertise to people, hey, look for us in a week.
Right.
That doesn't do anything. But what you can do is you can say, hey, get on the wait list. Right. So it's all about how you perceive things, how you word things. Mm-hmm. Right. You know, hey, you're on the short list to get this for free. What? It's all about how. Shit. Yeah, I know. I know.
Everybody loves free shit.
That free shit is not industry or career path agnostic.
That's yeah. I got ideas brewing.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since with the shop. I mean,
just think of it like this: you can do anything as long as whatever you're doing. Let's be realistic. You can put a porn on Facebook. It really doesn't matter as long as it's getting likes and shares and clicks and comments and people interacting with your page. Then that's what you should do. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but like, you get where I'm going. It really doesn't matter what it is as long as it's putting you out there, as long as it's getting people to come to you and interact with you.
More content, enthusiasm. I like the idea of the little videos. we just started doing the whole video and the live streaming and the live stuff since obviously we got into the smoke bacon, and that was only because I was being bugged by somebody about wanting drunk pirates. So we finally got us in there, and then we were going to do it once a month for each of our events and do it live at events, and obviously COVID. Yeah. So it became a weekly thing. So that's been a huge shift of mindset of thinking of content.
Right.
Obviously, look, we used to just started in the shed, and then we brought it in here.
Dude, I'm in my fucking live. I don't know if you can't even see that, but that couch right there is all broken. Fuck it, you know. We all got lives, you know. Shit happens wherever you go. It is what it is. But there's something very prominent that's important to note. I don't talk a lot about Gary Vee, but have you heard of Gary Vee? That's important to ask first. No. Okay. Gary Vander blah blah blah. I don't even know his fucking name. He's fucking phenomenal. He has a method for taking one video of his content and outputting 60 versions of it.
Okay.
So his mantra is that you need 60 pieces of content a day.
Oh yeah.
Which sounds hard. It sounds very time consuming. It really, really does. But if you just sit in front of the camera and you go through and you talk about one product for 15 minutes, how many times could you chop that up? How many different ways could that video be cut up, add graphics, add text, you know, add little animations to it? How many times can you really repurpose that thing widespread? And then take it to the fact that you can do, so videos on Instagram are only 1 minute long.
Yeah.
So now you've got a short version, a mid version, and maybe even a long version that you can put out there all over the place. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities to put that volume out there, but you do have to be consistent with that. Whatever that volume level is, you do need to be consistent. So if that volume for you is one video a day, then it's fucking one video a day. If that volume for you is one video, 2 memes, and 3 posts that get you talking, then that's what your volume is. But whatever it is, it has to be consistent. And obviously, the higher volumes have higher impact, have higher return.
That's the good thing about that later site too, is that it helps you schedule all that too, so you can go, a month into the future and set up all your posts to just post automatically to.
And we noticed.
But you can't do that with lives though. So
no.
True.
That is, we should probably play around with lives more. But we have seen if we miss a week or whatever, and well, what about
Well, before you ask, Facebook actually has this thing that'll tell you when you get the most engagement.
Yeah.
So if you post like every other hour for 2 days straight, you can go back and look and see when are people active the most. And at those times, that's when you want to post. Right.
Yeah.
So if it's 8 o'clock in the morning, that sucks for you guys, but that's where you need to be. If it's 8 o'clock at night, that's a lot better for everybody. But you might be drinking by then. So who fucking knows what could happen, right? But I mean, you want to make sure that you check and figure out when your audience, the people who are there, when they're engaging. And whenever they're there, that's when you need to inject yourself there.
What are your thoughts on Patreon?
Patreon, you're talking about the Love Me brand website thing?
Yeah, the one where you subscribe and you have all that stuff. I mean, obviously.
So Patreon's okay. It just depends on what your angle is, right? So if your angle is, we are actors doing this because we love this, right? And if that concept, that passion, that love for doing what you're doing, that's the only thing you want to do, then Patreon's probably a good way to do that, right? Because you can say, hey guys, you guys are going to get a first look at everything coming down the pipe for us, and they can support you through Patreon. So that could be something that funds and fuels some of that content as well. But it really depends on how you market it, because you're really going to have to plug it a lot to get it to work.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it would be a good route to go with maybe exclusive content. So you have your everyday stuff on Facebook and be like, hey, check out the extended version of this on Patreon, help support us. You know, you'll get to see extra
exactly. Yeah, make sure Patreon's the only fucking place where you will ever get extended cut. You know, that's the type of stuff that you would do. You know, maybe you get, you know, insights directly from you guys on, you know, whatever was happening this day, like the behind the scenes commentary, you know, things like that, that's special and exclusive for that crowd is the kind of stuff you can do through Patreon. I mean, also, how many radio shows are out there? How many podcasts, like even fucking now, like how many people out there like us are doing this? We all got fucking Zoom. How many of those could you do in a week?
I do plenty enough for work, but I'll do more for piracy.
Well,
Under the Crossbones, yeah, there's a bunch out there that we listen to ourselves.
Well, I mean, on top of that, you guys are veterans too, right? So, I mean, how far can you take that?
Right.
Take it, honey.
I'll take it.
With it.
Yeah. Make sure you bring your rum.
Yeah.
Bring your own rum.
Might need a little refresher somewhere down the road.
I'm gonna lose a frock coat if I'm gonna be running like that.
Well, what I'm getting at is, I mean, you got to get yourself out there, because all of this stems from that problem we talked about. That was brand awareness.
Yeah.
Like everything that you do right now has to be about getting your name out there. Everything.
Yeah.
Once people know about you and they recognize like that sign there, that's Parlay 8. I know those fuckers. Once that is hitting there, right? You're not going to hit like Nike status recognition overnight, so don't try. But I mean, once you get to that point where people are like, "Oh fuck, I know those guys," that's when you hit that brand recognition level, and you're like, "Okay, let's turn and burn."
We had that once last year. We were up at the Maryland Ren Fair, and a photographer was taking our pictures, and we were asking him to email it to our parlay@gmail.com. And as soon as we said Parlay 8, he knew who we were. That was like it was seriously adrenaline. I was like, oh my God, we're in Maryland. This photographer who we don't even know knows our name, which was pretty awesome.
Right. And so that's the type of people that you want to cultivate in that Patreon type world. Those diehard fans, you know?
Yeah. But I think we need to cultivate ourselves first outside before we go that far.
That might be possible, but I mean, you know, there's a saying that says, you know, fix your own house before you come fuck with mine. So, you know, I made fucking $50 this month. I'm no fucking rock star. I can do a lot of shit. I know a lot of shit, but I mean, at the same time, I'm fucking on the same plane as everyone else that's on this podcast. So it fucking is what it is.
trying to get
not doing it for the money right now, that's for sure.
I know, because if you was paying me, I'd have a fucking background like you guys.
I mean, that's what it was this year for our events going out. We didn't get paid. We went out because we love this. We really enjoy doing this. We love sharing it. One of our friends' kids was having his graduation. They were doing a drive-by. We dressed up and
drive-by.
Yeah. You know, when they were doing the graduations, he drove by, you honked the horn, all that.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking drive-by where people get shot, and you're like, it's great.
No, we had the pirate flag and everything, jumped out, ran around.
Graduation drive-by.
Graduation drive-by, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But
okay, context. Context is useful.
Jump into, we went in the kit and went out and did that because we thought it'd be fun. Any opportunity we get to dress up, we'll do it.
Yeah, true. But also try to record every one of those opportunities.
Yeah.
We did go Facebook Live with that.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy about how it was. It was a first attempt.
It was something.
Live.
Well, I mean, right now you need video content, you know?
Yeah. We just need to do it no matter, like you're saying, no matter what it is. It's the next step in our evolution. That's kind of why we do what we do with Smoke and Bacon with the live stream. We're actually trying to get practice for ourselves being on video and being on camera and doing all this shit, because we've never done it before, so that's why we stepped in and agreed to do it once a week, because
just fucking forget it's there. What camera?
Yeah.
Right.
Be yourself, show your passion, show all the gangster shit that you guys make, show all the cool shit that you guys do with reenactments, and just put it all fucking out there.
Yeah.
Right? People will be attracted to you just based on who you are, just based off your passion. And if you try to contain yourself and try to hide yourself, it's going to look much worse. It really will.
Yeah. Well, I'm big on not being fake. That's one of my. I bug her all the time about it too. You know, it's just trying just not to be fake about it. That's not the direction we want Parlay to go. We don't want to be, you know,
doing it because it's popular.
Yeah, we're not to do it because it's popular, people.
How many fucking tattoo shops have you guys contacted?
Except for one who's Order of a Leviathan that bought a bottle from us in California. None. What do you thought with tattoo shops? Just for our for stuff like hanging on the walls?
Fucking anything.
Decor.
Shit, that would be
decor.
Your courage,
fucking designs. Fucking you know, referral marketing. Fucking all of it. I don't know. Maybe somebody decides to get a fucking pirate tattoo, and you're like, "Hey guys, I got someone getting some ink. You got to come down here." You know, and then fucking Facebook Live that shit, be like, "Yo guys, we're here at this tattoo shop. So and so Jimbo gave us a call. You know, we're gonna go surprise him. You know, he's getting the Parlay 8 tattoo today. This is so fucking cool. Blah blah blah. Let's go check it out." You know, just fucking put it all out there. Everything.
Definitely think more out of the box. We're definitely thinking in size. It's like not all treasure is silver and gold. Definitely need to take that mantra to heart right now.
I'll take all fucking emeralds and rubies, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I'll take a box of 20s as well, but you know, maybe even a thump if it keep selling on the black market at this point.
Right. I mean, so the stuff that you guys have and do, it's gonna be hustle and grind 24/7. So thinking outside of the box is what's gonna help you, you know, build that network, build that content, stay consistent in the eye of your audience, and building those, you know, even contracts or maybe, you know, networking with the big wigs over at like the museums and hotels chains, and you know, even movies and shit like that. Like that type of stuff is like huge for you guys, but you got to hit the little shit hard in order to get noticed for the big shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you guys have got a connection already, which is definitely
that close, man. We are that close.
Yeah, but I mean, you also got to step over the line.
Yeah.
Right? You don't wait for somebody to pull you across. You got to step over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you know, one of the big things is just obviously with everybody's afraid of failure. You know, we're all human in that aspect.
Plus, it takes a little bit of money to do some of that stuff.
It doesn't take no money to pick up a phone and start dialing.
Right. Emails, even
Emails
like you were talking
free.
about the live stream stuff.
Facebook's free.
Yeah.
That is, and that's why
YouTube's free.
We've hit Facebook and Instagram pretty hard. We just need to edit in a different way.
I like the idea of the footages and the 1 minutes and all that. I mean, I have the editing software capabilities. I mean,
you got Adobe?
No, I got Camtasia.
Okay, that's not bad.
And then picture editing software I have is Affinity.
Okay.
So those are the two.
Yeah, I mean that's good enough.
Yeah.
That's a start. Shit.
That's what I do with our Jolly Roger around the holidays. I'll remove the pirate hat and I put on a holiday hat for like St. Patrick's Day. I made it look like a leprechaun. 4th of July, I put on the Uncle Sam hat to just kind of bring in the holidays and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. I mean,
draw the attention to it.
Any of that is definitely doable. I mean, the problem that you're looking at a lot of times is based on the product. What you have, you know, outside your drop shipped type stuff, the things that you have are mostly, you know, hand created, handcrafted goods.
Yes.
You know, are the hardest thing in the world to sell.
Yes.
Right. I'm sure you can talk. Right, because you could sell like Donald Dotson does handcrafted leather And, the product or the price of a product of something he does is nowhere near the price of some shit you're going to buy at Walmart. They're drastically different because all the love, the sweat, the tears, the hand jamming of the needles and all that shit is so much more quality and value. But in today's world, a lot of people don't want that. So you got to look harder to find those people.
The made in America handmade stuff is starting to look like to take off again, and understanding that being made by small business makers, it's more, you're going to get a better product out of it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about, I can't agree with that on a full wide spectrum.
Okay.
I can't agree with that to an extent.
Okay.
People who specialize in specific areas, I agree with that completely. But I mean, you got to make sure you're honest with yourself, because how many people out there with the sewing machine right now are making a mask and thinking they're doing great things?
No, 100% agree with you on that one.
Right.
Yeah. No, so specializing in all that. That's why I stayed away from the whole,
the mask scenario.
That was
That was a big.
It's still being hit hard by a lot of people. And a lot of people making a shit ton of money off of it, which is great for them. But when this is over, they're going back to nothing.
Right.
Exactly.
Instantly. So.
Not to mention it was a little bit politically charged when it first started out, which is why she stayed away from it. Because
I don't know if I would say a little bit.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. And
so
that's a talk for another day. So.
Right.
Anyway, but I mean, the homemade type shit is probably, it looks like it's making a comeback. I mean, otherwise Etsy and Amazon and eBay wouldn't even be a thing.
Right.
Right. So there's some room for opportunity there, but you also got to go out and find those people. You got to figure out where they're at and meet them where they're at.
Yeah, definitely. Etsy. They started changing how they were running it, with the free shipping crap being, okay, you want free shipping, we'll put you at the top, and they're like, oh, to compensate for the free shipping, just jack up your price.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Really? And then they started taking more on top of it, and that's what drove us to go to our website to have our shop there. And the other part is we wanted a little bit more of a destination to be able to share the pictures of the reenacting. I eventually want to get more historical stuff on there. Videos.
Well, think of everything that we've talked about, right?
Yeah.
In terms of content, you can take every bit of that content and blast it across every avenue. Right? How many different social media channels do you have?
We got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's just those three.
Those three. Do you know how many platforms there are?
Yeah, I know there's a bunch. Twitch.
There's a shit ton. That's the only answer. There's a shit ton. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can get out there, figure out where your audience is located on social media, and make sure you're there in front of them.
Right.
If you're going to be doing videos, it might not be a bad idea to also get on Snapchat and TikTok. I fucking hate them, but that's definitely an option if you're doing those videos. It'd be just the same as Instagram, posting on those other avenues, and Twitch as well, probably. But anytime you put content out there, you definitely want to make sure you have a blog post, a Facebook post, an Instagram post, a Twitter post. You want to make sure that you're putting it all out there every time. And every time you post a blog, make sure you send an email to your people through your email system.
Right.
You want to be able to captivate them from every angle, anywhere they're located.
Right. To see whatever social media that they might be honed in on, that they catch whatever content's coming out.
Right. And so people react the most to the top two areas of content for videos, period. Either you're doing some reality type shit, or you're doing some educational type shit.
Right.
Those two types blow everything else out of the water.
I think that's more of what we stick to as well with being the pirate stuff.
Right. So do a Facebook.
Like right up our alley.
Right.
Yeah. So you do a Facebook Live. You download the video. You put it on YouTube. You put it on your blog post. You chop it up into 100 pieces and blast it everywhere.
That's why we haven't done any more Facebook Live, because when we did a live stream, I can't get the shit to download and it's pissing me off.
You know why?
No. Why?
You gotta click the button that says download.
Okay. So I did click it. It kept going error. I guess
like you know me.
I'll have to try it again.
We're of the same cloth.
I can't smack him.
We're of the same cloth, my friend.
He's lucky that the swords are not within reach right now.
It is what it is.
No, I got to go back and try doing it again from when we were doing that virtual.
Mm-hmm.
It was the content of our stuff and talking about it. And I did want to take some snippets and put on Instagram. I just couldn't get the shit to download, and it was pissing me off.
You can have him try it. Hey, click that button. Look, it works. What's the problem? That's how IT works. Really. Every time I have to call IT, I'm like, what the fuck, IT? Shit's broken. They're like, well, let's take a look at it. And then they show up, and then nothing's broken.
Yeah.
Two clicks later, shit's fixed.
Not even. Like, it just fixes itself because it senses their presence.
Or is it, did you turn it off and turn it back on?
Yeah, that's always the first one. Yeah.
Right. That happens with her and I a lot. Something will be going wrong with me. We're like, what is going on here? She'll be like, click. Hey, you missed this. That's
it is what it is. It happens. But I mean, so you definitely can get a copy of that video sometime in the next 3 to 6 months. We'll mail it to you. But yeah, once you get that video, you can
sail it across the ocean.
That's right. The USS Constitution taking a tour. We'll bring it back to you.
USS right there, actually.
But I mean, that's just one of the things that you can do. And actually, Gary V has a LinkedIn SlideShare thing that talks about how he takes his actual process to take a speaking event that is recorded where he's just talking to people, take that and repurpose it like 80 times. Mm-hmm. And it's on LinkedIn. And I downloaded that shit, and it's phenomenal. We're
on LinkedIn as well. Mine's more.
Well, it's on SlideShare, so anyone can fucking download it. So
right.
Yeah.
That's something you might want to look at too. Start looking at your LinkedIn account again.
Yeah, really. I kind of abandoned my LinkedIn account.
Well, fuck. You know what? Let me screen share this shit so everyone see what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay. How about that?
Hey,
technology is great.
See, when you come in with a plan, you're limited by that plan. When you come in with absolutely zero expectations, anything could fucking happen.
That is true.
You go, Gary.
Right.
Gary V content model. So here is 64 pieces of content a day, and here is his content model.
64 pieces a day.
Yeah. So he's actually got a blog post on his website talking about 64 pieces of content a day. So this thing here, I'm just going to send that to you. I'm not even going to try to go through that because there's just way too much shit there. Right. But you definitely want to look at this thing because this is intense. So this one here is 270 slides for 64 pieces of content a day. This one here is 86 slides, and I'll go ahead and I will send that to you on Facebook as well. Okay, this one here is 84 slides, and this is talking about 30 pieces of content from a single event. One event, 34 options.
Nice.
And so
really that is not out of the realm of sitting down and just
it's just a matter of doing it. Yeah, it really is. And that's the way all of this stuff works. It's just a matter of sitting down and making time and just fucking doing it.
Yeah. I mean, we really have to schedule, like, Say, all right, we're gonna take this 2 hours and do this shit.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, I would actually take some time to read through both of those first.
Yeah.
Right.
Make a plan, then execute the plan. Right.
Yeah.
Because when you come in,
prior planning prevents poor performance.
Yeah, there's a lot of different versions of that.
Yeah,
but
that's what I got drilled in me in school.
Yeah. So you definitely got to make a plan. Say, hey, here's our video, here's our list of options. Mm-hmm. Which ones are we gonna do? How are we gonna map this out? And it really takes some time to start mastering how all of this works. It really does. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a month. It'll take you a while to really get honed in on, what's the process here and there, executing some speed with all of that. It takes time. But that repetition builds that muscle memory. That muscle memory builds that experience. That experience builds that capability. And so once you do that, you hit it over and over and over again, you're seeing what you're doing over and over and over again. You're seeing what's happening, and you're seeing what's happening on social media, in your email list, in your in the Smoke and Bacon group. You're seeing how people are reacting to this, what they're reacting to, how they're reacting, what's getting them to actually sell, what's getting them to like, what's getting them to comment, this type of stuff. And this type of engagement is what you need to propel yourself forward.
Yeah, it's
agreed.
Well, coming from the aspect of we know it's the same thing with it's thinking, like you said, it's outside the box because we started with making the shit.
Yeah.
When we first started making the shit, we did too much at once. And
of course.
Then came back and started doing the focus on the 3 or 4 pieces that we do now in the clothing. And I guess it's kind of that we got the everyday posts on Instagram, I think, down that pat with, but it's taking the next piece, like what you were saying, the videos, and maybe we definitely need to start looking at, we look at the analytics on the site a lot,
okay.
how what's working and what's not.
Right.
But definitely maybe focusing a little bit more on those analytics with the time of day and not just of 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But really kind of drilling. It sounds silly and all, but it's just like working a construction project and looking at the analytics and your working process and how your financials are going and your revenue projections of, okay, this line is doing really well. We're good. We can stay on track here. We're not doing so hot here. Let's take a focus and see what we got to adjust and move around.
So it's exactly the same.
Yes. I was trying not to be that much of a nerd with my job.
All I'm saying is you already have the experience to excel and achieve greatness. You just have to apply it.
Yeah. It's the application and thinking about.
You just have to retool it.
Yeah.
Right? You just need a different drill bit. That's all it is.
Tweak. Circle back around and actually it's just actually doing it. We've sat here and had between the two of us these conversations a lot. It's all right, well, we need to start doing this. Well, we should start doing this. Well, it's actually time to actually do it.
Now's the time, especially with everything going social.
Instead of talking about it, we need to actually do it.
Yeah. Now, so there is something that I do want to make sure I point out because it is important to note. So all of this stuff that we've been talking about is based on the business foundation type stuff, right? So ideally, though, or technically, though, you could also get a hired gun, so to speak, who's an ads expert and have them strategize advertising to do all of this shit faster.
Right.
And that's definitely an option that is always on the table. So I want to make sure that you guys are understanding this because what I'm talking about is the long game.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't even really talked about your website. We're just talking about all the other things that make up who you are and what you guys are capable of, So.
Right. We're pirates enough. Right? No, it's definitely the long game shit.
Yeah. We're in it for the long game, that's for sure. I mean, it's
hope so. You're already great, dude.
We definitely 10 years. Why stop now?
So it's time to take it to the next level.
Okay.
And that's where we're at, you know.
Well, the next level is a combination of all of this shit at once. It's advertising. It's 64 pieces of content. It's 34 times repurposing content. Mm-hmm. It's your branding. It's your SEO. It's your analytics. It's your website. It's all of that all the time from every angle all the time. It sounds horrible. I know.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, if running a business was easy, then, you know,
right.
a lot of,
yeah.
But the difference is that you can actually, you know, you can farm out certain pieces. You can hire in for certain pieces. You can hire people on the team. You can do these types of things, but also the stuff that you do, the stuff that you also, the stuff that you guys take care of, you know, you're going to be better at it. You're going to be faster at it. You're going to be able to recognize left or right here and there and whatnot. And it's going to help you actually be able to execute that more, better, and faster later down the road. So,
right. And yeah, well, I mean, we're definitely game for learning all that and actually doing it, you know. Plus, it saves you a little bit of money.
Well, you get better control over it, in my opinion. I mean, that's why I did my site.
Right.
Our website, I basically took a template and I redid the whole thing. With
pretty much.
Right. Yeah, and in a lot of cases, you know, doing that is highly acceptable. But also at a lot of times, so I can give you 100 reasons on when using a template is the best choice. Yeah. I can also give you 100 reasons saying the opposite of when you need custom development every time.
Right.
So it's all based on perspective and the message that's on the page and how you approach all of that. Because the best looking website can sell absolutely nothing. And the shittiest looking website can make fucking millions. So
exactly. So
finding a happy medium is what your goal is.
I'm definitely a firm believer on if the bones are there to be able to build off of it. Why reinvent the wheel when you got something to kind of build off of? And some of the stuff, obviously, you need to. Well, here are our bones with the pirate. We know what we like to do.
I was thinking of a skeleton for a ship when you said that. Yeah.
Oh, worried. We got a bunch of those in the shed. You know, we got a bunch of skeletons out there.
So, have you been on our website?
No, I haven't.
Well, see.
No, actually, the whole premise
we got
of
some
this
really
is...
great pirate shit on there. You should go check it out.
Yeah. I would do that as soon as you send me the link. Boom.
Parlay8.com.
Oh shit.
PARLAY, the number 8.com.
PARLAY8.com. It helps if I spell.
Yeah. Just like that.
Just like that.
Cool. I got it.
Sweet.
I'll check it out later.
Yeah, but it's the idea was, like I was saying, destination with the shop, being able to go learn about people who want to learn about pirates, be able to go there and seeing the reenactment piece that we actually wear our own stuff. We use our own stuff because I feel that's really important too, saying that we just don't make it. We wear it, we use it. And I use Shopify. That's the base.
I know.
So
it looks like you have Just Uno on your site as well.
I got what?
Just Uno?
Just Uno?
Yeah. Maybe. It's a little pop-up thing.
Is that that's the Google Analytic thing?
No, that's a thing that pops up and says keep in touch.
Oh yeah. I got that at the bottom. That's
Clavio.
I have
Clavio, yeah.
And at the bottom, so if people close that and go into the website, obviously that pop-up doesn't show up anymore. So at the very bottom, it says, you can still subscribe. So that's on there. And then just recently I had to put an address on there. So Google will actually let us start advertising. That was fun.
You have a Google My Business as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you're filling that up with content as well. I don't know if the tool that you guys are using has Google My Business as an option, but the one I'm using does. And so you can add pictures. You can put posts out there. It's almost like a mini social media.
I'll have to look that up. Is that what took place of
Google Plus?
Yeah.
kind of. I mean, Google Plus was just like thrown out into the street and left to die.
Yeah.
So.
They never.
We were on that at first too. We had Google Plus.
I was on it for a few years as well for one of my previous businesses. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was crap the whole time it was there.
Yep.
So
Pretty much.
Yeah. Didn't really matter.
It was not user friendly, not any friendly, and it just made you want to rip your hair out when you were dealing with it.
Right. I think everything about Google that's not on the search is kind of like that sometimes. So
yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, Google Marketplace.
Yeah, if it's, I mean, there's a lot of complicated shit out there, so you definitely got to make sure you.
Google just started talking to me.
Hey Google, shut the fuck up.
Silence.
No worries.
That's funny.
I kill you.
Yeah.
Time to put the tablet on.
You know what it is? It's not the tablet. It's my phone because I had grabbed it to answer Wade's annoying phone call.
Do you guys do any movie replica type stuff?
Besides the style of clothing, the cut of clothing, not on
Like on your website. Like, do you guys make anything that's from a movie that you can repeat 1,000 times? In a
the style of vest that Jack Sparrow did. We could totally.
The vest.
The vest, the long style vest I have on there, the same style that Jack Sparrow wears in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is that mentioned in there?
Yeah, probably not. It's more the historical stuff. I was trying to do that. I don't even remember. I wrote those descriptions so long ago.
Well, so, I mean, you got a few different angles you're looking at, right? So you got people who want to be a pirate for Halloween.
Right.
You have people who want to be pirates from movies. And then you have, like, the traditionalists who want, like, the real thing or a replica.
Right.
And then you have just fucking everyone else.
Right. We take the inspiration from it, but definitely he did one of the bottles we did recently. He actually took a picture from a wreck off of the Portugal and basically did a replica of that, and that thing's gone. It's sold. Yeah. It's not even on the site anymore. That was one of the.
I do need to do another one because I could repeat that.
Yeah.
That bottle.
How much did that sell for?
30. It was for 40, but it was a friends and family discount because they bought multiple, so we gave him 10% off all the bottles.
How many did they buy?
He actually bought
He bought 2 this past time. Last time he bought 6.
Okay.
This is like the same guy that runs Pirate Plunder, the one that wanted the encampment.
Yeah, they buy a bunch.
Okay.
He loves our bottles.
So, I mean, do something with that.
Yeah.
Embrace the idea of scarcity. Right?
Well, they had us number them on the bottom in series of number 1 of how number 1 series of X or whatever.
Yeah, like 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right. How could you sell that for if it's using authentic practices, if it has authentic material, if it's got some gangster shit about a ship that's already wrecked? How much can you sell that for? Is that $1,000 bottle? Probably not.
No.
But you could, I mean, how far could you go with that? Could you go $250 for 1 bottle? Would you also fill it up with some rum? Like, maybe you.
Well, we can't be trafficking in alcohol.
What I'm getting at is like, how hard would it be to do a Captain Morgan type of authentic bottle, right?
Yeah.
They're not difficult to make.
I see what you're getting at. The thing is we need to place more value on what we are doing and not of the. Obviously, we're always afraid people. We think our stuff is valuable enough, but when people look at the price of stuff, it's the bulking. Like, oh my god, I can't believe you're charging that. But then you're like, well, this is why. Like you were talking about.
You don't have to explain it.
Working.
You don't have to explain shit. No, motherfucker, this is my price. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna really take you longer, and it's gonna be harder to get to where you need to be. But when you get there, it's gonna be more rewarding.
Yeah.
Yes, and see, I've had this conversation with Mr. Saxton multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
because he's always like, well, just put the titties and ass on there, and you'll get all kinds of men coming onto your site. Well, yeah, you're right. We would.
Calling him out right now. I love it.
I am.
Fuck it.
I'm calling you out, Wade. But I'm not.
Wade, I can't say that.
As
still,
letting the reason for the conversation, and why he said what he said, and why I said what I said. The reason that we don't do that is because we're trying to stay authentic, and we are trying to make a name for ourselves, not by having TNA all over our site. We could put TNA all over. People love hot chicks and corsets, but you know what? That's not what we sell. We don't sell hot chicks and corsets.
You sell an experience. Experience for a lifetime, not experience for a night.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. We can, and going back to what you were just saying, though it's the long-term thing. We want our reputation over the long term to not include TNA and boobies hanging out everywhere and all that kind of crap.
For those of you who don't know, this just in, TNA stands for tits and ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody does
I thought that was a wrestling team in WWE.
And believe me, it would be so easy to go that route. It would be so easy. But that's not the route we want to go. And the reputation we want to develop.
But also that same reputation has to come with some sort of financial gain. I mean, you can't keep doing what you're doing without making some type of profit. Yeah. Not long term. Right. It's not sustainable. And so that's the problem that we all have, right? A lot of us love what we're doing, but we just can't make money for shit because either people are broke, they don't understand what our value is, or maybe we don't understand our own value. And that's a big thing there. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you guys are doing, you're in a product-based environment, and it's super niche on top of super niche, right? Yeah. So
we have to blow it up more than everybody else because of how.
Well, no, there's only two options for you. That's it. You only have two choices. You can take cheap tourist fucking product, or you can make expensive fucking product. Mm-hmm. That's it. Nothing in between. Because anything in between, people are going to try to drag you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to try and drag us back to
how many people on these trade shows ask for a discount?
All of them. Well, and that comes from the lack of
those guys
of the pricing of stuff.
No, it fucking takes as long as it takes. It costs what it costs. If you want this, it's $1,000.
Right. But see, you can't get up in people's faces and be like that because you're not going to gain them as a customer.
No, but you're not going to get
that is. But see, here's the thing is
I'm not disagreeing that you.
But see, here's the thing, though. I mean, if somebody comes to me and says, I just talked to a guy not too fucking long ago. He's like, hey, man, I need a mobile app. Cool. How much are you going to spend? He's like, I was thinking maybe $5,000. Fuck no. There ain't no fucking way in hell I'm going to build a mobile app for $5,000. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That.
I don't know how much it is to cost you a mobile app, so okay. I'll take your word for it.
Oh, no, my starting price is $25,000.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I won't even consider it for less than that. Because there's just so much shit. There's too many variables. There's just like you're saying, like how many stitches does it take to get that button?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got 100 buttons on this coat. Like everything matters. Mm-hmm. And that's what you have to put it when you guys are putting that type of love into the product, and you got to convince the people to love that product, and you got to convince them to pay the value of that product.
And paying attention to the detail, and that the detail is put into it, and it wasn't just half-assed thought about when we're doing it. But yeah.
Right. I mean, you could even take something like take a picture of any pirate ever in history and say, hey, look at this jacket and see what we're going to do today. Today, we're going to make this fucking jacket. And fucking, you can do shit like that.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah. You could also do TNA, which I would promote and accept and approve. But still, you can do anything.
That's why I take some pictures.
Hey, believe me, I would approve too. Don't get me wrong.
Shut up.
Hey.
I ain't not doing it for that reason.
Hey. Okay, go. No. No. But the idea is just to get you outside of your head. There's so much that you could do. There's so many places that you can go. I mean, really, we could talk about the boring shit of branding. We could talk about the boring shit of advertising or SEO. I could really make you want to blow your brains off just talking about all the technical shit behind it. But none of that matters if you're not creative on the front end.
Yeah.
If you're not creative with your content and how you're captivating the audience, then it doesn't matter how many times you look at all the other technical shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of what I think the big problem is because we've been doing this 10 years, and in the last 7, we've been trying to work on the shop. You know, we took a little break when we bought the house, and we did revamp, but it was still, we're still thinking in the pocket of what we're used to thinking. And
right.
Obviously, just talking from a different perspective of obviously with you looking at us as pirates and what we could do.
Yeah.
I think even as being pirates, it wasn't even making those cards to send to a hotel down in Outer Banks or reaching out like you were saying, advertising, like just something simple like that. Plus, it puts our creative brand on it.
Well, I mean, how hard would it be to take a jacket like what Jay's wearing there, put it inside of a shadow box, put your card and your contact information inside the shadow box, and then give it to a hotel as a gift? Have them ask them, say, hey, if I send you a pirate jacket, will you hang it on the wall? Of course we're gonna put that on the wall. We're in fucking Outer Banks. Who do you think we are? Right?
Yeah.
We send that shit to them. So they're gonna hang it on the wall. They're like, yo, these guys made this. It's fucking amazing. Check this out.
Yeah.
And you're fucking right there. Every day somebody walks by it. Every day.
Well, Outer Banks got that pirate show too.
Why are you not there right now?
Because it's Outer Banks right now.
Nah, that's an excuse. If they got some shit, if they got some shit going on, you're not that far away. So
that is true.
I know where you're at geographically. It's not that far.
I know where I'm at geographically too.
Well,
cool.
Going back to what you were saying about the creativity and the focus, and the reason that we're talking to you today,
right?
One of many is, trying to get ourselves outside of that box. Now is the perfect time to do it because COVID is here, and we can focus on this stuff because, to be honest,
we'll probably be home for the rest of the year, like you were saying.
Everything else is taking
definitely
a nosedive. So this is something that we wanted to circle back around on and focus on to get us to the next level. So next year, when shit does get hopefully back to some kind of normal, we'll be ahead of the game, and we'll be able to step back into what we were going to have this year and be able to bang it out,
Right. I mean, you can never expect anything to go the way you want it to.
No.
Right.
So if you're planning,
that's like the understatement of the year.
Of course. If you're planning all these different avenues, if you're talking to all these different people, people who are your target audience, people who are in these locations, the people in the movies, the people in the theaters, all kinds of shit. If you guys are putting your name out there across all avenues and still hitting that 60 plus pieces of content regularly, there's no way that you're not going to grow. There really is no way. That's why people say content is king, because when you hammer the world with content, they love you for it.
Yeah, it's not one of those.
It has to be good content. Don't get me wrong.
They're gonna fall in love with us, damn it.
That's right.
I think that's the key, though. It's the good content. It's not what the whole stupid ads and shit that you see and like, God, I'm so sick of seeing this stuff. It's
Look
the good
at my
content.
Lambo. I made $100,000 in a day. No, you didn't graduate high school.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
I know. I know. There's a lot of fake people out there, and that's why I tell everyone that I talk to, don't call me a fucking guru. Don't call me an expert. I'm just a guy who knows a shit ton of shit.
And still learning.
Yeah, I'm always learning. I would hold up a book, but I use my phone to read, so that doesn't really help. But yeah, I mean, I'm reading 2 books at once right now. So learning is
doing our research and trying to better ourselves too with what just even the stuff we make and the things that would be useful of what we can expand on, you know.
Right.
Things I make is on the hat. It's you're gonna laugh. It's called a cockade.
I like it.
And but that's, you know, I've learned how to make those one time at an event, and it's something I sit there at an event and I'll be hand making, and it's getting that interest coming in. And you talking about recording the making these pieces, it's just something simple as that. It's stupid. It seems stupid, silly to me because it doesn't seem that exciting to me.
Right.
It's something that's kind of calming.
It doesn't need to be exciting.
Right.
For you.
Right.
No one cares what you think about what your video content's going to be.
Right.
No one cares about what you think about your website or what you think about your product. Mm-hmm. No one cares.
We care what they think and when it comes back to us. And
what the customer thinks, what the audience thinks.
Yeah.
That's the only decision that matters.
Yeah.
Because their decision to come to see you, to come to engage with you, to come to your website to buy your shit, those are the things that matter.
Yeah.
And so if you spending 10 fucking minutes talking about to make a fake cock, then it's it is what it is, right? If that's what it takes to fucking get the people there, you know, then it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it gets them there for the little shit like that, and maybe they'll buy.
Maybe it's the comedic appeal that drags them in, and then maybe it's the flower that keeps them there longer. Who knows?
Right? They may come for a cockade and see a vest and buy a vest.
Yeah, you could use all kinds of play on words. But I mean, the point is that there's so much shit you can do.
Yeah.
You just got to go out there and do it.
We have a good playground too with being the niche with the pirates and the fun
right.
with that as well.
Right.
It's almost a challenge to see how far we can take it, you know, and maybe
you can take it as far as you want.
Make it so it's not a niche anymore, you know.
How far do you want to go? Take it a step further.
Yeah.
Like that's all it's going to be. The thing is that you have to realize that wherever you want to be is not what you need to shoot for.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. 100%.
So there's a book called the 10X rule. And the whole premise of the book is to 10X whatever it is you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if that is a financial thing and you want to make $10,000 a month, you need to shoot for $100,000 a month, because that's the effort it's going to take to get to 10,000.
Yeah.
Right. If you're looking at how much volume you're trying to make, 10X that volume effort to get to the actual intended goal to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And so wherever your goal is, go past it.
Yeah. I think we've kind of had that attitude with always bettering ourselves. Everybody wants to better themselves, so that's kind of silly to say, but
yeah, I mean, but you can only work so efficient because everything you have to do is by fucking hand. So
right, yeah. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day, so you got
right. But that doesn't mean that you have to drink all 24 hours. Okay.
Or every evening.
Right.
Right.
Right. So I mean, do you have any orders right now?
What's that?
Do you have anything that needs to be shipped out right now?
No. I had a necklace I shipped out last week.
Okay, but nothing else that's pending for you
to make.
We have
no orders outstanding orders right now.
Stop making shit. Don't make shit at all until you build up all of that content and get that flow of audience and captivate their attention. Put all of your focus into content. Drive that shit home every day. Yeah, because what's going to happen is you're going to get more people. You're going to get seen more. You're going to get more visibility. When you get more visibility, the probability of you getting an order is significantly higher.
Yeah.
But then you can say, okay, hey, we got this jacket. Look, you know, Jay's wearing it right now. This is the jacket. We're selling it. You know, here's the price. Do a fucking video on it. It doesn't matter. But you can just focus on one product at a time. Okay, you know, we got 10 of these we're selling today. Here's what we're doing, you know. And you can just run it like that.
Yeah.
Focus on the scarcity of it.
Yeah.
Focus on the quality, the high value of it.
I think just focusing. Just taking something and focusing to get us started and going will.
A particular thing, you know.
You could get Ritalin.
What?
Said you could get Ritalin.
I'll have some coffee and really be bouncing off the walls.
No worries, no worries.
Something will make me bounce off walls. No, the real good thoughts and direction. That's makes you feel good about thinking about the next step right now. Definitely a little overwhelming, obviously, because it is a lot to think about.
Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You got a shit ton of shit to do, but at the same time, though, like you could see on the horizon, like how much opportunity there is.
I see what you did there.
What's that?
You on the horizon.
That's right.
Bring me the horizon.
but see that you saw me seeing the horizon. That's what you have to do. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing that you have to do.
Don't just live vicariously, live.
Yeah.
Right?
It's to the point just doing it. That's what it is. Yeah.
That's right.
Live the life.
Live the life.
Live the life.
So I guess we're going to record some more when we get off the call with them. We're already a kid.
Yeah, right? Perfect opportunity.
Yeah. No, actually, I would say do nothing for the rest of the day. In fact, drinking today is probably a good idea.
No, what will happen is food.
No, here's why. It's because
dinner.
So much shit has been said.
Yes.
So much shit.
Time to
you just need just let it mull over for a couple of days. And then, then start. I'll even send you the fucking link to the video so you can go back and listen to it and, write some notes down and stuff and really start to make a plan. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I already sent you guys the links for those two Gary V content models. So, yeah. Is that your stomach?
Yes, it was.
Too?
Holy fuck.
Yeah. That was loud.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm a little hungry. We didn't get to dinner before this.
Yeah, me neither. All I've had was this Frosty today, so.
All I've had was this Frosty.
Yeah,
right.
This Frosty.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, hey, guys, it's been a really awesome call. I'm sure not every call I'm going to have is going to be this awesome. It's not going to be Pirates again. That's going to be really sad, but I'm happy you guys came in.
We were happy to be here, man. You've enlightened us, and we will definitely take the advice that you've given because it was great.
It's a lot of good stuff to think upon. I really appreciate it here from the outside point of view too.
For sure.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean it's all about captivating people's attention the right way, and if you do that, you can make $1 million easy.
That would be great.
Boom.
Oh, $1 million.
Cannonball.
Why stop there?
Cannon boom.
Yeah. Awesome.
Fire the 6-pounder.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, everyone out there in Facebook land. This is Jared with the Digital Battlefield. We got the Parlay 8 today. And so how can anyone get a hold of you if they didn't capture it before? What's your social media? What's your website?
Our Instagram is Parlay _8. Our Facebook is Parlay 8, the number 8.
Okay.
Our email is Parlay8 spelled out, the number 8 spelled out at gmail.com. If you reach us out on there, we also have Twitter, Parlay8. Parlay 8
everywhere.
Well, shit. Since there's like 7 versions, I'll just get it from you and put it in the comments.
I'll send you I got a graphic I could send you that has everything on it because
awesome.
It's amazing that a lot of people already there was some already that stole our handle like bastards.
Yeah, we had to
pirate it back.
Tweak
it is what it is.
Yeah. So but
no worries.
I'll send you the graphic.
Sounds like a plan. All right, guys, this is Jared and Devra.
Yes.
Devra and Jay. Until next time, guys, take it easy, have a good night, and stay safe.